the kidnappers burn a Bible verse into her skin. And so Sherry tells them something, but she keeps changing the details of the story. And it's especially weird because this Bible verse basically says anyone who kidnaps someone else should be put to death, which seems like a weird thing for actual kidnappers to burn into someone's back. So of course, by this point, police are suspicious of this whole thing. So they do DNA testing on Sherry's clothes from when she was taken. And the tests show that there's male DNA on the underwear she was wearing. But it sucks because that DNA doesn't match with anyone in their criminal database. Double until! At this point, about 4 years have passed since she was abducted. But then, out of nowhere, pow! Their DNA finally links with someone in their database. And basically the results show that while they can't find a match for this DNA, they did find that it's close to someone else's DNA in the database, meaning that it's probably their relative. So they investigate and they find that this relative is related to this guy, James. And James just happens to be Sherry's ex-boyfriend. So police find James and they confront him, and he quickly crumbles and he tells police that basically Sherry must have kidnapped herself. So here's what really happened. Sherry goes to the jogging track that day, and she randomly calls James to come pick her up. And when he does, she leaves her phone and her ear pods there where she was jogging, so it will look like someone abducted her. James then drives Sherry 9 hours away to his place to live with him. There, she starves herself to lose a bunch of weight, she cuts off all her hair, she beats herself up, and she has James brand a Bible verse on her shoulder blade for some reason. Allegedly, Sherry was just tired of her suburban life, or maybe she just wanted attention. It isn't actually entirely clear why she faked her own kidnapping. But after 22 days of living there with James, she decides she's done with this whole plot, and that kidnapping herself was a terrible idea. So she suddenly asks James to drive her roughly 9 hours back near her home in Northern California and drop her off on the side of the highway. And that is where the police found her.